Okay, so you can clearly identify two parts to this question, blue part and a red part. The blue part is x, or the yellow part is x plus 1 to the power of a half. That to me would indicate that you are doing a product rule. The product rule is u times the v dx plus v times the u dx. U equals 1x. This means the u dx equals 1. V equals x plus 1 to the power of a half. You use the chain rule where you bring the half to the front. You leave the part in the bracket alone. You take 1 away from the power. Then you have to differentiate what's inside. So you have to differentiate the x plus 1, which is just 1. And then what you're going to get here is you're going to get 1 over 2. Suppose you can put x plus 1 to the power of a half on the bottom. So, for the VDX. Okay, now I have to put it all together. And for most of you that have done a couple of these already, the product rule is 4 different parts. U equals x. VDX is 1 over 2 x plus 1 to the power of a half. The VDX is V is x plus 1 to the power of a half. And the UDX is 1. Alright, we're very close. Top by top, x by 2 x plus 1 to the power of a half plus x plus 1 to the power of a half. Alright, nothing wrong with that answer, but I'm very certain when you go back to the back of the book, that's not what you're going to be presented with. Anybody have any ideas how to maybe tidy it up slightly? There's a really nice way of tidying this up. Anybody have any ideas? Okay. Here, what are you going to do? Yeah, I'm going to use 2x plus 1 to the power of a half. So there's my same picture twice, alright? And what we're going to do is we're going to put 2x plus 1 to the power of a half on the bottom. This means we're going to do 2x plus 1 to the power of a half on top. Now, here's the issue here. What's x plus 1 to the power of a half multiplied by x plus 1 to the power of a half? Yeah. What's ken to the power of a half multiplied by ken to the power of a half? N to the power of 1. Doesn't matter what's in the bracket. That's the way it works. Okay? So, what we're going to get is we're going to get 2 times x plus 1. And what is 2x plus 1? Anybody? 2x plus 2. And what's x plus 2x plus 2? 3x plus 2. And on the bottom is 2 by x plus 1 to the power of half. What way would the back of the book might have it presented? Might have it as 3x plus 2 divided by 2 times the square root of x plus 1. So the quotient rule is the yellow one divided by the blue part. The yellow part is going to be u, the blue part is going to be v. You write down the rule for the quotient rule. Quotient rule is phi du dx minus u dv dx all over v squared. And I've seen some of you right, some of you already have your 4 brackets already done. And then you're just looking to see what you're going to put into each bracket. So, U is X. We're going on to question 18 after this, for anybody that's that fast. U is X, or 1X. U dx is 1. B is X to the power of a half plus 1. Move it to the front. The V dx, a half. X to the minus a half plus 1. Alright. Now, do we have to make this one look pretty? We don't, do we? Which is an advantage, right? We don't have to make this one look like $1,000,000, okay? So it's going to be X to the power of a half plus 1 times 1, and then it's going to be U times the V dx, which is 1X times all of that. In here. Right. Okay. All over b squared, which is x power half plus 1. I'll tidy it up slightly to make it easier for the inputting. X times power of minus a half is a half x plus a half minus 1x. Now I'm at the stage where everywhere I see an x, I'm going to put in a number 1 instead. I'm going to need my calculator for that. You got an answer for this, Helen?
Yeah.
What you got? 3 over 8. Probably the same thing. We move on to 18 if you want. So, fraction first. 1 to the power of a 1 to the power of a half. Plus 1. Take away 1 half. Power of a half. I got 1 over 8. Anybody else got 1 over 8? Alright, I probably made a mistake then. Anybody see my mistake anywhere? Which one? Here. A half power. Oh, it's minus a half. Yeah, it was. And then I multiplied it by x. So x times a half, x to the power of a half. What's the answer to the back of the book? 3/8? Is it? So I'm wrong. Right. So x power of 1 by x power minus a half is x to the power plus a half. I got that. The half is there. Did I make a mistake just inputting it in or something? An extra 1 in D? Oh, the VDX, thank you. The VDX has no 1 in it. Thank you. So lads, the VDX has no 1 in it, which means there's no 1x. Which means this 1 at the end isn't there. Thank you. I was actually never going to spot that. Let's start it from scratch. 3/8. When you replace it. Everybody cool with that? Move on to question 18. It's not too dissimilar to this, right? How would you do the one I just wrote underneath? The one I just wrote is pretty easy by your standards. Bring the 3/2 to the front. What happens then? Take 1 away and you get the power of a half, yeah? Then the other one. Bring the half to the front, you get -3/2, and then take 1 away from the power. Is that alright? Different question. I just did an easier version of the same question. Okay? So, here's what I recommend we do. I recommend we do the same thing. Right? And that we don't really treat it any differently. 3/2 goes to the front. Take 1 away. What do you get? Half. Differentiate what's in the bracket. Just 1. Yeah? Done. Next one. Bring a half to the front, and what do we get? 3/2. Take 1 away. Minus a half. Differentiate what's in the bracket. Right. Now, here's the step we're at now. 3/2 x minus 1 to the power of a half. Then we're minus 3/2 x minus 1 to the power of a half. Is everybody happy with that last step? Where I turned x minus 1 to the power of minus a half into 1/x minus 1 to the power of a half. Good. Right. So what's next then? What do you reckon, Oisin? Common denominator, yeah. So I think I'm going to put in. I think I'm going to put an x minus 1 there, haven't I? To the power of a half. Good job. Found it. Control G, Control D. There you go. Now, let's do x minus 1 to the power of a half there, top and bottom. Now we should be in business. What's x minus 1 by x minus 1 to the power of a half? X minus 1. What's 3 times x minus 1? 3x minus 3. Take away another 3. All over 2 times x minus 1 to the power of a half. 3x minus 6. And what is x minus 1 to the power of a half? Root x minus 1. Is that what I asked for? Hey. Oh, so it wasn't exactly what I asked for. Yep, so fix it. Yeah, we're a step away. What you do on top? Yep. Yeah. Not that big of a deal. There we go. Alright. Now, let's see what. Yes.